Hey everybody, hold on. This is for some reason having a glitch.
So that's the kind of fight it's gonna be.
You want to stay down? I promise you! You want to stay down? Get back down and fucking stay down. I promise you, you want to stay down.
Then a kick for a clap poker. Do you know that?
You will not be coming up next time. Oh, bollocks to you. This is sick.
You said till the job's done.
Golden brown texture like sun lays me down with my mind.
Well, that was the series going into today, everybody, because now we all know that the series is now even with the Florida Panthers. Hi, I'm Mark Williams. I'm here for a special episode of Big Apple Hockey. Usually the final buzzer with John Falkowski, but instead just going to do a quick little breakdown of the game. And really, Rangers played the best period in period one of this series, but Florida proved how desperate they were in that second period. You had two goals that were batted, basically one out of midair and one they really had to fish its way into the net. Somebody put on Twitter a bit of a perplexing thing that the puck crossed the line and started flashing. So I wonder if you guys could find that on our Twitter page. I believe I retweeted that. But Sam Reinhart scores an OT. Mika Zibanejad, a very bad pass for Blake Wheeler. Blake Wheeler had to take the penalty, everybody. So I'm not even going to kill Wheeler on it too much. Rangers fought hard in the third period. They didn't, again, they're not getting a mass amount of shots, but they are getting quality shots when actually they do get them. I thought for sure Kreider to Zibanejad that missed the net. I thought that could have been the game winner with about 2.5 minutes remaining. But Sam Reinhart gets it on the power play, puts it behind Igor Shesterkin. Again, great job by Alexei Lafreniere in the third period. Game tying goal, batting that puck, sort of like a bunt out of midair, just go boop, right in. And Vinny Trocheck in the first period, first power play goal of the series for the New York Rangers. That was his 8th, and Igor Shesterkin was absolutely incredible. Everybody, make sure you're watching our weekly show. We're going to be covering this more in detail tomorrow night. And we're going to do just a quick block tonight because I wasn't planning on coming on for too long. But let's get to some of these. Nick is not happy right now. Davey, I know everybody's really hammering Panarin, but the thing is, I don't want to kill the guy, but the only thing I will kill him on, he seems to constantly be looking for the perfect shot, trying to get to the middle of the ice for the perfect shot. In the playoffs, you're going to have to start going from the angles because they take away the middle. They always will. It's just what's going to happen. Patrick is saying, what a missed opportunity. You're right about that. And B-Rice is saying, Mika and Kreider. James, I think it's too late to break them up, but... And as Lou's saying right here, they got hammered all over the ice tonight. It's kind of the way it feels, especially in the second period on. There was a lot of the Rangers have been getting a lot of clean outs out of the zone. And there's too many turnovers, especially by the defense. And right now, it's playing at the Florida's hands. We're at best of 3 now. Rangers have to win on Thursday night. No, it's not even a must win yet because the Rangers are a better team on the road than they are at home. And Romanella is going to be speaking about this a little bit more in a second. David Wood's saying they have to start playing more time in the offensive zone if they're going to win the series. Yeah, you're right about that. And Romanella is saying right here, what we wanted was a split. We got a split. How it feels. Like the Rangers have no goddamn idea how to play on 5-on-5. Actually, I think their 5-on-5 has been pretty decent in this series. Not it's almost been a little bit better than the Carolina series. They need to improve their specialty teams. That's what they need to do. Right now we have 101 of you guys watching right now. Thank you very much. And make sure, again, everybody you're watching tomorrow night, we're going to be covering this a lot more in detail. Why wasn't the penalty called a KK with 10 seconds left to go in the third? That's a great question. There is a lot of questions I have the officiating in this series, especially this pertaining to the Rangers. While now it could be an issue because their power play seems to have made adjustments and figured things out. Mika Zibanejad nearly gave the Rangers their second power play goal of the series, hitting the crossbar again. Patrick is saying right there, it was a good game, well fought, but the shots were kind of a disaster. Look, again, the way that I'm looking at that right now, the Rangers are getting more quality shots. Florida is just throwing it everywhere that they can to Shesterkin. Shesterkin, by the way, though, as PK Subban was saying earlier, it could have been 5-1, but Shesterkin is definitely having an effect on this series. Now, I can't even look at this and go, Bobrovsky played that great of a game. That's what's going to be interesting about that. There were 2 penalties at the end. They dragged down Mika to prevent the 2-on-1 and then tripped Kako with, and again, it's one of those things you want to go. All right, thank you. Anthony's clarifying this for us. The lights are on puck trackers, and they have been for a few seasons now. So I guess that is something when it crosses the line. So I was just curious about that. It wasn't like to protest a goal. It was just like, what was going on right there? There are a few positives out of these last 2 games. They're getting obliterated in their own zone. Got no breakout time at all. Yep. And that was kind of the way it was in game 1. Game 2 was a little bit better. I thought the shots were definitely, they favored the Rangers for one thing, a little bit more even. But you know what? That's just something that they got to do. You might steal 1 or 2 games, but you can't be outshot and win every game. Stop relying on Igor. Well, again, as long as I don't mind if you're being outshot if he's seeing every single shot. It's also like where are the shots coming from and who are they coming from? You got Kyle Opozo, who had probably the most dangerous opportunity in the third period, and that was with about 5 minutes remaining. And Kyle Opozo, maybe a couple months ago, puts that puck in the net. He's played 6 games with the Florida Panthers, as I said, so he's a little bit rusty and just couldn't get it on there. Kaylee, it is a little bit right there, but it's look, the Panthers are a tough matchup, and the Rangers don't have the defense right now to handle them. And the first thing they got to do is have their captain stop taking penalties. They got to stop taking bad penalties. The Barclay Goodrow play, I understand you want to go off the glass, but Barclay Goodrow puts it up over the glass, and because the puck rolls on him, and then it's just okay. Now Carter Verhaeghe banks that out of midair with the shaft of his stick. I mean, and Lou, I want to say this, that I agree with you a little bit on the officiating. I don't know if I want to go to disgraceful. I don't like it, but it doesn't matter what I don't like. Because now it could be a factor if the Rangers are actually rolling along again on the power play. Yeah, I think he's trying to make a play when he should have just thrown it deep. That's the answer on that one. He should have just thrown it deep. Thanks, Mike. It's coming in from the Facebook page. So once again, everybody, make sure you are checking us out. Tomorrow, the main show is on. We're going to be talking about this and a lot more other things. 5:40 tomorrow. Because after all, you got the Western Conference Finals, and who knows, we might be in a 2-2 series right there too. Igor's been facing more. Yeah, well, Igor has always been better. Yeah, when he faces more shots, he gets in a rhythm, and a lot of goalies can handle that. And after all, I believe the guy with the most amount of 40 save wins is Henrik Lundqvist all time. B-Rye is saying Holden Lindy on no, the holding call on Lindgren wasn't soft. That's holding. And you pin them against the wall, that's holding. They can't go 10 minutes, multiple games without shots and expect to win. You got to start pressing it. And I still don't know what lineup changes are going to be made. I know they moved Kakko to line 1, but Nick, they won 2 straight games. They just immediately just assume that they're not going to win another game. They're still capable of winning the series. They have home ice in 2 of the 3 games, and they're a good road team. So even if they don't win on Wednesday night, they could still, Thursday night, they could still win on Saturday night. And by the way, you know what? I might be in the minority on this. Rangers are playing not with house money. The Rangers are already as successful as whoever wins the cup out of 3 of the 4 teams. And you know which one I'm going to say is the one that is not the deserving one. These guys deserve to win it. So we'll just leave it at that. All right, Romanel saying Florida setting picks all over the ice. Yes. And also, by the way, the puck support's been really good. They converge almost 5 guys around a puck carrier. And then they break out all in 5. So, but Davey is saying right here, Fox had a decent game, but he's not Adam Fox. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's his first point since I think it was game 2 against Carolina. If not, it might be the first round. So, and as Anthony points out right here, the good, the Rangers heading back home 2-2. The bad is Florida's dominated them 2 of the last couple games. That it's a repeat of 2012 versus Jersey. No, well, see, this is the thing. 2022 versus Tampa was a different story. Tampa was the experienced team and the Stanley Cup champion. The Rangers were the upstart just trying to get there. This is completely different. And look, you had a chance to go up 3-1, but you didn't get it. So, and this is a game that the Rangers could have had. So, you know, yeah, Gus probably played a pretty good game today. Eric Gustafsson, for all the bashing he gets, he's been solid the past 2 games. I don't know about solid, but as Chris is saying, it shows that the Rangers had more hits, yet they do not seem to be hard hits to break up a play. What's the deal with Fox? He has not been the same since the early round or the knee against Capitals. Even though he got a point, he's just so slow, waiting for someone else to pick up and move in the puck. Linger was a -2. So I think Miller, no, you can't be changing D pairs right now. Can't be. Well, first off, they shouldn't have changed. They need to go back to Trouba and Miller being separate. I know everybody thinks the lineup change is what's in the mix. Although, you know something, I have a bad feeling Blake Wheeler is going to be on the top line in the next game. And if that's true, I don't know. I just don't know. I think Kakko needs to be staying down with that third line. When it's Kakko, Wenberg, and Cooley, that's been their best defensive line. That is it. But Panarin has not had the open looks, and he keeps on working himself out of open looks. So there's things about Panarin I'm just not liking too much about this. The Rangers had the most fluid and effective offense I've seen in the playoffs at times. They just need more of that and more in the ozone. Yeah. I know. And again, guys, I would love to see Cooley moved up. I'm not sure about that one. Nope. Do not mess with the Lafreniere line. Lafreniere, Panarin. And you want to see them really not work out? Move the guy that's the one line that is working and the one guy that is working with all that. But look, there are other positives to be taken away from this game. The Rangers are going to be up 2-0 to start this game, and maybe 1 in the third. And yeah, everybody knows Lafreniere is starting to break out right now, but you look at the shot attempts. ESPN keeps harping on the shot attempts. I mean, the Rangers predicate on blocking shots, and they blocked, I think the count was 28 block shots to 28 to 8 in the block shots category. And then Florida is pressing to move the puck, and they missed the net. There was opportunity there tonight. Look, everybody, we're admitting that one right now. And again, the 3 of us are going to be covering this, myself, Anthony, and Phil. tomorrow. There's going to be a lot on our weekly show that we are going to be discussing. But yeah, I think that's the feeling. The feeling is, Patrick said it best: missed opportunity today, and that's sort of what part of the problem is. There was missed opportunities all over the place, and Shesterkin is holding back everyone. They've got to go to the video and figure out how to free up Chris Kreider, because his work is away from the puck, and he just doesn't seem to find any open space right now. I know everybody just wants Kreider to pick up the puck and go moving end to end. It doesn't work like that with him. He's a guy you need to get him in open space and then have a play made. David is saying right here, Rangers have also so far been terrible with puck luck. That is 100% right. It always seems to end up where the Rangers aren't, with all the negatives. We're still in the series. Rangers still have the advantage in the series. It's not even, they have the better record. They're a good road team, and they're going back to the Garden with home ice advantage. Now, granted, what this really is more reminiscent of is the 2016 series against Tampa Bay, where the Rangers, well, their game 1 was really game 2, and their game 4 was really game 3. But no, Roslovic was shipped around. They just moved Kako to the top line. And the way that they were solving the breakout, they were bringing a forward back to assist in regrouping. Now, this isn't their breakout. This is just their regroup, to assist in their regroup. So that way, if there was a turnover, it wouldn't be a problem. But I'm not going to sit there and say officiating is the reason why they lost this game. No, they lost this game because Florida won it. The Rangers had opportunities. Florida was desperate, guys. This is the reason why I'm really not depressed about this. Florida, not that it should be or anything, but Florida needed this game. They needed this game, and that's what it comes down to. This was the Panthers saying, we need this game. We're winning this game. This is the reason why everybody needs to just settle in. It's going to be a long series. And now we're down to best of 3. So there's at least 2 more games in this series. There is at least a game Saturday night. And we'll see if there's a game next Tuesday. So, and yeah, Igor deserves better every single game, John. And you're right about that one. There's a lot that he's done well. This was Florida manufacturing 2 goals. Credit to them. And then, of course, they get the pretty game winner. So, is what it is. Yeah, Waff in that second period, when he went through, I think it was Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and just went right around him, let it go, hit the crossbar. There's another one. The Rangers have, I think they had 3 posts in this game. So, look, John, it's not a matter of making excuses. The other teams are made to take you out. They're playing against a guy who won the best defensive forward in the league, and he's done it a few years, as well as they got Anton Lundell, who's a really good defensive center too. That's what you do. You find a way to take advantage of your opponents. And right now, Florida's game plan for Zibanejad and Kreider have been absolutely flawless. How the Rangers are going to counter that? They have at least 2 games remaining in the series. Could be 3. They have to figure out how to get those 2 free. And again, this has happened to them several times. You've seen it with them in Game 5. As Jay's saying right here, why have these teams left Hank and Igor out to dry? They can't change the system to make the defense better. You're giving up too many chances. Well, it's going to be up to Peter Laviolette in order to change that. As Anthony is bringing up right here, since Carter Verhaeghe joined Florida in 52 playoff games, he has 24 goals and 25 assists. I love me some Carter Verhaeghe. I would take him on the Rangers at RB. But this, as Davey's saying right here, I just so missed the opportunity. 1-0. The Rangers were committing penalties, and then that gave Florida life. Yeah, and then they went on the power play. They got their forecheck rolling, and then they dominated the second period. Florida in the second period, everybody, they outshot the Rangers 14-5. They cannot be doing that. And it was 27-10 the rest of the way. Look, again, Florida needed this game. They played like it. And John, this is where you're right. It's up to Laviolette in order to make those adjustments. And home ice should favor those two, but it's not going to matter. The power play, you send out your top unit. So let's see if they could start moving the Panarin line up against, say, the fourth line, maybe the third line, change around the matchups. Florida doesn't care. Barkov will go up against anyone. But another reason why you might see the Panarin line up against Barkov is because that's who the Rangers have been using to shut down. They've been using Trocheck to shut down Barkov. So, look, this series is as close as 3 goals right now. Panthers could have swept. Panthers also could have been down 3-1. We're going to see about that. Well, 399. I'm just glad not to see Sunrise next game. Well, you might be maybe go back to it for the next one. And no, it's not time to move Rampy up in the lineup. Rampy was not creating anything tonight. Sorry, Mike. I gotta disagree with you on that one. Lonnie, welcome to the show. It's the first time I've seen you. Guys, I'm gonna do about 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna run off. I know Ranger Central is also gonna have their stream going too. Got 152 of you right now. Make sure everybody is gonna follow the hand of God and hit that like button. Also, make sure you hit the bell when you subscribe. Just kind of saving my voice a little bit for tomorrow, everybody. But I still don't understand why we're rolling 4 lines in the first period and go away from it. Because in the first period, you roll 4 lines. You get everybody into the flow. And then the second unit, the second period, you still kind of roll. Laviolette shortens up in the third. The fact that they saw so much of Rempe throughout the game, because Rempe, by the way, got the box score right here. Rempe still had 6 minutes of ice time, but can't be playing a guy just 6 minutes in the playoffs. This isn't the regular season. Mika Zibanejad had 21 minutes, and just so many times his team is just struggling just to get out of its own way. How many times did they have a chance to get the puck out of the zone and they just couldn't do it today? And no, there's nobody who's happy with the locker room right now. Dave is saying, Mark, for the Rangers, every game is on home ice. It's a good point, but Florida still has it. Everest, it's not time because the season is not over. I know what you're saying. Something has got to give here. Problem is, Zibanejad has got a long contract, and I believe Panarin's got a full new move clause anyway. So it's one of those things you'd love to see. Even if they could move on from him right now, it's just not going to happen right now. Okay, I think Lavi is going to bench Roslovic. Heedle back to the first. But if he benches Roslovic, then who's he going to take out? Roslovic, guys, everybody can still complain about Roslovic, but Roslovic at least had, 12 minutes of ice time. And that put him just over Barclay Goodrow, who has been just as important, if not more effective. Roslovic is still going to be in this lineup, guys. I know everybody's frustrated with him, but it's what we do. Dominic's saying if we had last change, I think we had a better result in this one. I don't know why I had the confidence going into overtime, but and when I never did yet. No, it's not. It's because they've been good in overtime. As Nick is asking, should Ranger fans be nervous at 2-2? Here's the simple thing. The Rangers haven't played their best game of the season, of this series at all. It looked like game 3 could have been it, But then the Florida comeback, by the way, tip your hat to Florida on that comeback. Especially Gustav Forsling with that rocket that he put within like an inch under the crossbar. And it's just like this is one of those things that the Rangers, you still have home ice, you still haven't played your best. Figure it out. You have 3 games to do it. You got to win one first. Thank you, Andy. By the way, everybody, head over to Boss Croakers Friday night. The midweek specials. I'll have them posted on the show tomorrow. And it's sticks and pucks. You can do sliders. You can do mozzarella sticks, zucchini sticks. I believe it's $4 Yinglings and $4 Miller Lights. Check it on out. That is where I work, although I will be off. Saturday, I'll be on. No specials that night. This is just me saying fire Mika into the sun. Well, it's a little bit frustrating because Mika just hasn't been there. I do like some of the comments, guys. We're reinventing everything, but also keep in mind the series is only 2-2. It's not 3-1. Florida. VZPs is saying I feel Florida has been the better team for most of the series. Yes. The Rangers show flashes of what they're capable of, but haven't been able to put 60 minutes together. A full 60 minutes, they need to step up. Everest, that's a good try. If you can actually get that done, then you're going to take it to the public and force them out of town. All right. But don't do it too much because you don't want the Rangers to have no leverage in a trade. Because once you know, I mean, who knows? You might end up with Johnny Gaudreau. And then nothing else. So, because you know JD would go with them. I still think if they do any lineup changes, I would actually move Jacob Trouba down and play Braden Steiner a little bit more. Braden Steiner tonight, by the way, everybody, he was even. And if I'm correct on this, I'm going to do all my stats tomorrow. He probably has the most amount of points. All right, guys, I'm going to sign it off right here. It's been, yeah, wow. Everybody is hating on Jack Roslovic right now. And yeah, our wings, fantastic. Come on down and try them out over at Croakers. VZP is right about this. Mika, Cries, Bread have all been ghosts this series, and as good as Igor has been, it is not a recipe for success. Yes, but this is also why you have your depth. You have your depth so that way you could do it. If Vinny Trocheck has to carry the load, he's got to carry the load. But this I'll agree with John. If Lafreniere's feeling it, get him on the ice a lot more. And I think they're doing that to get him. Well, the Rangers scored first versus Carolina in Game 5, lost that game. They scored first tonight, lost that game, so there's 2. It happens. It happens actually a decent amount. By the way, everybody, this is my friend Michael. He is saying some guy we know did an interview for the Post the other day. Actually, it was an interview for SNY. So that was a little bit there. I think it's going to be interesting only because the Rangers still have the hammer with the RFA. Does he want to take a bridge contract and then get to UFA status and give back a little bit? But 27 goals. Lafreniere is on the verge of getting to 30. Yeah, he was on SNY for that. If I recall that correctly. All right, guys. Tune into the weekly show tomorrow night for more. Check out Evan over on Ranger Central right now. Guys, thank you very much. We got a whole show we're going to be putting together tomorrow, going over the NHL playoffs, this series, going over the Western Conference Finals, and of course, going around the league with bar talk or the layup talk, as some of the guys will go on with me. So, guys, it'll be interesting to see. We're going to get Phil's opinion. We'll get Anthony's opinion. And on top of it, I'm going to have a full review of this game. Everybody, thank you very much and have a great night.